Boston wrestling sports and the MWF explodes into a new year of unknown with professional wrestling content galore, and we need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after we review the previous night's Monday Night Raw, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with the unpredictable WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights after WWE, NXT, and AEW at 10 p.m., you never know who's going to show up on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll journey through the 80s and 90s on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday nights after the lights go down at the Thunderdome on SmackDown, it's John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. If you want early, ad-free access to all of our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and to help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times, for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.
My first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 7. You probably know the date.
What a perfect segue. That's what I was just going to go back to.
That was my first WrestleMania was Undertaker's first WrestleMania. WrestleMania 7 in Los Angeles in 1991. It originally was going to be in the big stadium there.
The Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Right, but that's when all the stuff was going down with Iraq and all that. And
well, do you think they moved it in doors because of safety or because it wouldn't draw?
That's when we were told safety. No.
At that point, the Warrior killed the business before you even came in 90 when he was the champion. I mean, they went from drawing well to drawing. I mean, they had a house show at the Garden where they barely had 1,500 people.
And that was the Warriors' fault.
Well, no, maybe they didn't really have anyone lined up for them at that point. I'll give you a chance to respond to that statement if you had one. Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say it's the Warriors' fault.
Well, he was the guy on top.
Well, maybe who was writing the show? I mean,
all right. It's a team effort. You're right.
Okay, when you have a show, if it don't draw, is it the wrestlers on the show's fault or is it the promoter?
It can be a combination of everything.
Okay,
I guess.
So don't point fingers. When you point a finger at somebody, you got 3 pointing back at yourself. See that?
Well, I'm just saying, after the Warriors run on, when Hogan went to do...
We done some... Remember the Undertaker Warrior run?
That's what I was going to get to after Mania.
When we locked the Ultimate Warrior in the casket.
I was actually scared of that.
We done some tremendous business for
a
long time. We went around the world with the casket matches and the body bag matches, and I had a history with the Warrior prior to too, because he was in Dallas as a Dingo Warrior.
Not like what the Sheik talks about, though.
I don't want to. Don't get me off. Don't get me off this.
Keep going.
We're doing good now.
Okay.
Let's stay on the right track. Let's don't go do what we did earlier. We had the opportunity to work with some great guys. We had a great run with Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts, Kamala. Every once in a while, I'll go back and look at some of the old stuff, like when we built Kamala's casket. You know, some of the vignettes that we did. That was some classic stuff. That was some good stuff, and you don't see that stuff no more. It's 2011. Things have changed. We have cell phones now. We have GPSs. Like we've covered all this before. It's a different world. It's a different era. It's different fans. The young fans didn't grow up on what we grew up on. So it's different. You know, and when I left WWE for that period of time, at 4 or 5 years, you know, it was called sports entertainment. I'm still connected with the company, and I don't feel like that I'm dissing them in any way. But I'll say today that it's not sports entertainment anymore. It's 100% Hollywood, without a doubt. It's changed. The business has changed. Going all the way back to the 1950s to Gorgeous George, when he came out in his robes and his blonde hair and his Georgie pins.
Yeah.
Exactly, the Georgie.
You remember that?
I do.
Do you?
Of course you should. Where were you in 1950? Swinging in your daddy's testicles?
I don't think they dropped yet, but that's a different story.
Here we go. You see what happened? We can be so serious and talk about such wonderful subjects. That's what's so great about our business, though. It really is. And all wrapped up in a ball. I mean, that's what it's all about.
This is my penance. Honest to God.
Bless me, Father, if I've sinned. My last confession was in Melrose last night.
Your memories
Give up Marty, you'll be a saint. Right?
of The Fly, WrestleMania 7, a man that made his debut on the first MWF show in 2001.
Yeah, Taker wrestled Jimmy Superfly Snuka, the first WrestleMania.
That's where the streak began.
And it was just, first of all, it was here I am, WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all, without a doubt. Oh my gosh, Snuka, Undertaker and Snuka, and I'm going to be the manager. I'm there, you know. I was excited, and all the emotions are all wrapped in the one, and I knew Undertaker was going to beat him. You know, we knew that. We'd done an interview right prior to the match. Regis Philbin interviewed me and the Undertaker. Right? Well, Undertaker didn't talk at that time. And here I am in front of the world, WrestleMania, being interviewed by Regis Philbin. It's just overwhelming. I mean, God, who would ever thought? And then here we are 20 years later.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.